Hello world, and welcome to the Common Sense Man's News and Talk Show here on this Wednesday, Hump Day, June 13th, 2018. It's a show where we discuss news from different news sources on the internet, discuss it in a common sense way. We're trying to bring the left and the right a little more together on a lot of these subjects that we seem to be so far apart, and just make things a little bit better maybe. Who knows? You can write in your questions, suggestions, email them to commonsenseman@gmail.com. That's common with a K. Or call in 805-994-0606. Let's have a live discussion on this channel. Let's get this stuff going. Okay, starting off with Fox News. Downright chilling is their quote. There's a picture of the White House with these three guys. One of them, I'm assuming, is Rod Rosenstein, and it says Rosenstein's disturbing intimidation tactics have a congressional staffers afraid. GOP lawmakers accuse the DOJ of intimidation on the heels of a Fox News report that Rod Rosenstein once threatened to subpoena committee members, with one claiming staffers were left physically shaken. All right, whatever. Moving on from that one. Who gives a shit? Feel sorry for the people that are shaken. I don't feel sorry for anybody in the White House. You chose to be in that environment, so take it or leave it. Moving over to CNN. 6 things we learned from Tuesday's primaries. They're still talking about the primaries and how this Republican Mark Sanford is suffering from being a little against Trump. So now he's being, I think he's lost some votes because of that. So again, we're just going to move on because I'm not going to talk about Tuesday's primaries. Unless somebody else does, let's talk. The Feds are hiking up the rates here on Wednesday, so look for that, about a quarter point. So that's going to raise up interest rates. So if you're buying a house, your purchasing power is going to drop a little bit because of interest rates. Anyways, let's go move on for that. The CNBC actually, most of their news is financial news. I noticed that. Maybe that's just the way it is. I don't know. Moving over to USA Today. Trump claims North Korea no longer a nuclear threat. So after his the summit there, the summit is no longer a nuclear threat. But of course, you know,
sometimes there's more to the story.
It bugs the shit out of me that he is has such a big ego that it's always about him, and it's, you know, again, of course, it's all about him again. He has to take a shot at past President Obama. You know, I don't know. It's just, you know, Trump, he probably does do some good stuff, probably makes some good decisions on things. You probably need that kind of prick in there, but lead the people, be a people. I mean, don't have that big ego. No one likes that big ego. Well, maybe some people do. I don't know. I don't like it. And the other big news here, topping our news, my favorite part of it, is North America to host a 2026 World Cup that includes the U.S. We will be hosting it with Mexico and Canada, 2026. More details to come. But that is the big news here today, in my opinion, away from all this other political bullshit. That's just my opinion. Moving on to ESPN, that's the big news there too. U.S., Mexico, Canada to host the World Cup there. Big news here, the World Cup does start tomorrow. I believe it is Russia against Saudi Arabia, tomorrow 8 a.m. Western. But the big news here about this current World Cup is Spain fires coach prior to World Cup. Their coach took a job, just accepted a job for Real Madrid, and they fired him right before the World Cup. So we'll see how that plays with Spain in the World Cup, because I know they're one of the favorites. They're up there, but now that's kind of interesting. That creates controversy. You don't want controversy or any type of bullshit going into the World Cup, believe me. France had that years ago, and that was my team. And that screwed them all up. All right, move over to TMZ. We got some interesting stuff going on TMZ. Jamie Foxx accused in 2002, yeah, you heard me, 2002, 15 years ago, 16 years ago, of penis slapping incident. He denies it and will fight it. He is accused of slapping a woman with his penis nearly 16 years ago. He says it's absurd lie and he's going to go after her legally. And it was in Vegas back then, blah blah blah. But what a ridiculous thing! Jesus Christ, this girl. I don't know. It's just crazy nowadays. This is one thing. If something does happen to any girl, I mean, it should not happen. Things like this, but what it does to any girl out there, any woman, anyone out there, they should report it right away if it's an issue. If it's an issue with you, report it right away. Don't wait 16 years or bring it up 16 years later just to get fame. Farrah Abraham arrested for fighting at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Who's that? I don't really know, but she's next teen mom and sometimes porn star. So there you go. There's a picture of her with glasses. Can't really see her eyes, but she looks pretty. Moving over to travel leisure. Have you been thinking about traveling the world and want to do it on a low budget? Maybe just go cruise around. How about house sitting? House sitting across the world. Well, this 26-year-old and his partner visited 39 countries in 18 months house sitting. And how they did that, they got really high ratings on trustedhousesitters.com and just traveled the world. So that's a good food for thought. You could use couch surfers for free or this. It's a good idea. I might have to put that on my repertoire of traveling things. Okay, that's going to end it for today, Hump Day. We're going to do one last little quote here from Facebook, and I don't know what this is from Occupy Democrats Logic. It must be a right thing or something, a left thing. I don't know, right? Who knows? It's a Democrat thing. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Here it is. It's a tweet someone shared. And here I'm going to read it. Someone said the NFL is a dictatorship since they are requiring their players stand up. That's not a form of dictatorship. It's company policy. If you can't be on your phone at work, is that considered a dictator? Is that consider a dictatorship? No, it's company policy. Work yourself if you don't like the rules. Work for yourself if you don't like the rules. I don't know. What does everybody think about that? I mean, is that company? Should that be company policy? Is that part of a company policy? Standing up for the? I mean, I believe you should. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, should that be a company policy? Is that considered a company policy? I guess it could be. Well, let's discuss it. That's going to end our news today on this Hump Day. Please subscribe to my channel, the Common Sense Man's News and Talk Show here on YouTube, and we will see you on Thirsty Thursday. Again, email in commonsenseman@gmail.com. Have a great Hump Day. Don't work too hard. Save yourself to Thursday, and we'll see you then.